Hello friends and not yet friends. Welcome back to another What I Ate Wednesday here on Mary's Test Kitchen. Last time I asked you what your favorite corner store treats were as a kid, and boy did you deliver. What a trip down memory lane. And you told me about some sugary garbage that I never even knew about, and now I want to try them too, like Choco Tacos. So at the end of this video, we're going to attempt to make something along those lines. But first, a healthy breakfast. Yup, I'm still eating those maple baked beans, and yup, I think you should definitely try them too, cause they are super delicious and nutritious. They actually taste better after freezing and thawing, breaks down the beans even more and makes them even creamier than before. With a little mustard, so darn good. Get the recipe on marystestkitchen.com. You'll see they're so easy to make. But next week, I'm going to change it up a bit. Not because I'm sick of these, not at all. However, variety is the spice of life, and I want my life to be pretty spicy, don't you? Moving on, another shout out for all your protein powder recommendations. Jean-Francois Plante suggested the Pea Protein at Bulk Barn, and that reminded me that I actually already have some in my pantry. Totally forgot about it. So I had to taste it before potentially ruining my shake, and it tastes pretty neutral, which is nice. Slightly tastes like peas, but it's mild. I shook it up with my regular all-in-one nutrition powder in French vanilla, plain almond milk with half a tablespoon of PB2, and it tasted pretty nice. Like I'd have it again for funsies, except I won't because that nutrition powder is cha-ching, and it's my favorite, so I ration that stuff. That was a pretty light lunch. So for dinner, I tackled a request from Katie for Veggie Lo Mein. There are 1,000,001 ways to do Veggie Lo Mein. This is just a simple way to do it using ingredients I already happen to have. First, choose your noodle. I'm using these wheat-based instant noodles from a store brand. They're nice because they don't get soggy too quick and can stand up to sauce. Choose your protein and veg. I'm using leftover tofu that's already cut up into little triangles, some shelled edamame, and frozen vegetables. Prep your sauce. Using a garlic press, I'm crushing a big clove of garlic and a slice of ginger about the size of a toonie. Then adding a teaspoon of sugar and Chinese black vinegar, which is a strong, tangy, kind of sweet vinegar, sort of like balsamic. You should definitely get some if you haven't already. Then a couple tablespoons of light soy sauce. You could do half light and half dark for more color and a deeper soy sauce flavor if you wanted. This is a basic stir-fry sauce with a balance of aromatics, saltiness, tanginess, and sweetness that you can really customize to your taste. If I had some hoisin sauce, I'd add about a tablespoon, but I didn't have any, so I didn't add any. You add what you like. This is your Veggie Lo Mein, and there are no rules. This sauce is going to need more liquid, so have some veggie broth handy. I'm using a mock chicken style broth. You do you. Last thing before we head to the stove, mix up a cornstarch slurry with 1 packed tablespoon of cornstarch and 2 tablespoons of water. Stir it up real well, and let's get cooking. First, get your noodles started. If you're not super good at multitasking during cooking yet, you might just cook your noodles, then rinse in cold water, drain, and toss with some sesame oil so you can use them whenever. This stir fry will only take about 5 minutes though, so I'm going to start right away while the noodles are cooking. Heat up a couple tablespoons of cooking oil over high heat, and when the oil is hot, just shy of smoking, add the tofu. My tofu is fairly dry already, so it won't get too violent in the pan. We're just gonna sear a little crust on this tofu so it'll hold up better to saucing and stirring. After 40 seconds on one side, we can flip. I'm pretty happy with how this looks, so in goes half the sauce. The tofu is so dry and the pan is so hot that everything gets absorbed pretty quick. Add the edamame and frozen veggies, the rest of the sauce, and the broth. While that's coming to a boil, would you do me a favor? Let me know in the poll that's popping out in the upper right-hand corner where you sit on the vegan to non-vegan spectrum. I just want to get to know who's watching, and I think it'll help me plan more relevant content. I think. At least that's the goal. Now that this is bubbling, we know those veggies aren't frozen anymore. Give your cornstarch slurry a quick mix again, then pour it on in. Turn down the heat and let the slurry thicken the sauce. Now we can dump in the noodles, which are still hot, and do the low part of lo mein. If your noodles are cold, turn up the heat again just to make it hot. And that's pretty much it. Taste for salt and add some more soy sauce if you like. I'm sprinkling on some crushed red chili peppers and chopped scallion because why not? It's gonna make everything taste better. And that's your basic veggie lo mein, enough for 2 decent-sized portions. Restaurants usually use more salt and oil than what I did, so keep that in mind if that's what you're going for. Plus the hoisin sauce. I wish I had hoisin sauce. You know what else I wish I had? A few of you to feed me. I asked you to tag me in your photos if you made any of my recipes, and you delivered. Digitally, not physically, which is too bad for me, I guess. I'm so happy though. Everyone seems to be loving my jackfruit bao recipe so far. So if you haven't tried it, what are you waiting for? Tacos? Are you waiting for Choco Tacos? I didn't know what they were until Anahi B left her fateful comment. Vanilla ice cream swirled with fudge encased in a waffle cone taco shell and covered with chocolate and peanuts? Are you kidding me? I couldn't believe I never heard of this before. I knew I wasn't about to find a vegan sugar cone shaped like a taco in my local grocery store, but I knew I could find vegan waffles and fold them to look like a taco. Sort of, if you squint. For the ice cream, I have some frozen whipped aquafaba trying to be ice cream. I've been trying to make a decent aquafaba ice cream since aquafaba became a thing, but all my attempts have been fairly icy so far, I must admit. This one is supposed to be vanilla with maple swirl instead of fudge. It looks decent enough, but we'll have to taste. Crushed peanuts though? I crushed that part. Heh heh. It got pretty melty pretty fast, so I put those into the freezer while I melted the chocolate chips in the microwave. Now for the big dip. Didn't go as nice as I was hoping, but it never does the first time. I put that in the freezer again for 15 minutes before attempting another dunk. Maybe drizzling is a better idea. Maybe not. I think it could do with way more time in the freezer to set up. It's a bit of a mess. But how does it taste? With all that chocolate and peanuts? So good. You can't go wrong with chocolate and peanuts. The ice cream kinda got absorbed into the waffle as it melted, so maybe I should make the effort to make those waffle shells next time. Also, I'd just go with store-bought cashew ice cream. The aquafaba ice cream was a bit of a fail with a weird oily mouthfeel. Looked better though than any of my previous attempts. Don't get me wrong though, I'd still eat this whole thing, even with subpar ice cream and soggy waffle. This was a fun experiment. I hope you enjoyed watching me sort of win, sort of fail. It was pretty fun for me. What sugary garbage should I veganize next? Popeye candies? I think I could do Fun Dip. I wonder how hard it would be to make strawberry marshmallows. But I'm just wondering. Leave me your suggestions in the comments below, please. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe for more What I Ate videos along with easy, delicious vegan recipes each week. As always, if you try any of my recipes, please tag me in your Instagram photos. I love seeing them. Bye for now!